girls, happy Monday. Tara challenged me to wear ugly makeup in my video, and I hope that this is okay. This is the best that I could do because I don't wear much makeup anyway, which means that I don't own a lot of makeup. So Tara, if this isn't good enough, go ahead and punish me. This is the best I could do. So hope this is okay. Let me know. Have you ever met another nerd fighter in the wild before, just randomly? Because it happened to me the other day, and it was probably the most exciting thing that happened to me all day. And I went to a book signing on Friday with a big group of my friends and my sister, and the most exciting thing that happened to me that day was not the book signing, was not meeting the author of the book, but meeting a group of friends earlier for lunch. And a friend of my friends showed up, and she's like, "Hey, I like your shirt." And I was wearing my DFTBA shirt, and I threw up the Nerd Fighter Gang sign, and we totally had like a thing, and it was literally so freaking exciting. It was really cool to find a nerd fighter in my circle of friends that I had no idea about. So now we're friends, and yeah, that's really exciting. So has that ever happened to you? Because it was really fun. This week is genre week. We're talking about genres we like to write about, genres we don't like to write about. I have two main genres that I just can never get right, and those are science fiction and fantasy and young adult, which is, I'm sure, is a little bit surprising. Well, not surprising necessarily for me, but I find that nerd fighters especially, a lot of them gravitate towards young adult, not just reading but writing. A lot of the nerd fighters that I followed throughout NaNoWriMo were writing young adult, but I've just never really I've never had a sense for it. Ever since I started writing seriously, which means like there's a certain kind of writing you do when you're like 9, 10, 12 years old, and there's a certain kind of writing you do when you're 18 and up, when you're actually like writing for school or like writing for a serious project. And I've always ended up writing adult fiction. And I really enjoy writing literary fiction because I enjoy focusing more on the character development than on the plot development, which is probably not a great preference to have in the publishing world, but just from my experience, I like focusing on characters. That doesn't translate very well to mainstream fiction, which I pretty much stay away from, and I don't think that it translates very well to science fiction fantasy, at least in my experience. I haven't really read a lot of it, so maybe I have a different idea of what it is. Dan from the Book Fighters, if you're watching, you can turn me on to science fiction fantasy if you want to try. I've never been into it from a reading standpoint, unless you can consider Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter, and I have trouble even contemplating the idea of creating a world. Like, to me, that seems like such a huge undertaking that I stay away from it completely. So yeah, girls, I guess I'm looking forward to hearing what you all think about what genres you prefer to write about, what you don't, and read. I'm thinking about what I'm going to write in November, and I'm thinking of maybe trying young adult. I don't know yet, so I guess we'll see what happens with that. Today's word of the day is rectify, so you said in the comments. My challenge is for you to pick one paragraph out of your Nano novel last year and edit it and read that paragraph, or at least a portion of that paragraph, on camera. Because I haven't even touched my Nano novel editing wise, and I'm sure they're all just ripe for whatever changes need to be there. So let's find out who does that. For Marissa. And girls, I will see you next Monday, and Tara, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.